Hello, this is Leech83, how we doing? Welcome to this new vlog on the channel. Apologies, it's been a while since we've done one of these, but I left done a wee bit of a kind of wobble video where I was doubting whether I was going to continue with this YouTube stuff. But a couple of the comments said, bring back the vlogs, so we're back. I'm going to get the graphics done so that it's kind of all Sky Sports looking. We'll have the table and the goal scorers and what have you kind of switching around, and then we'll have a little revolving thing round the bottom with like a couple of little news points and stuff like that from the week, and we'll try and do one of these a week or one of these every fortnight or something like that, and we'll just try and get back into some sort of flow, if you like. All I wanted to do today was just to get back into doing the vlogs, but at the same time talk about our season so far. Everything's been going reasonably well in the league. We've played 11 games and we're undefeated so far. Everything's looking good. We've only dropped points away from home. We had a little bit of a draw, but apart from that, everything else has been relatively comfortable. At home, we've played 5 games, we've scored 20 goals, which is like 4 a game, and we've only conceded 3, which is less than 1 a game, obviously. So it's average and brilliant at home, superb at home, and away from home, we're just kind of taking a little bit of time to break teams down. But once we eventually do, we're winning. I wouldn't say comfortably, but we're winning without too much of a problem. So that's the main thing for us. Yes, some of the games have been harder than others, but I think what everybody can basically take from the general consensus is once everything starts clicking, one of these games, everything's going to click right into place. The finishing is going to be on point, the setup play is going to be on point, the passing play is going to be on point, and a team is going to take a fucking doing. And I mean, like an 8, 9, 10, nothing. I've seen teams that have been battered and they've been lucky, they've been saved by the post, saved by the goalkeeper. I mean, we could have easily won like 4 or 5, nothing up at Pataudry, but their goalkeeper played an absolute blinder, and it's just one of those things. Other teams were kind of taking our time, we're not breaking them down until the second half, e.g. the game at the weekend, 3 goals coming in the second half, because we eventually break them down, we eventually kind of changed a little bit about our team and get that final pass in, and then that's it. But one of these days it's going to click right from the start and a team is going to get an absolute hiding. I think it will happen pretty soon. Mark my words, if it doesn't happen this season I'll be very surprised, but I think we all know that it will happen. I think so far this season, if you take away the performance from Gibraltar and the change of the team since then to now, the team is night and day. There's not really much comparisons for it, which is quite strange because there's not many players who are in the team who weren't in the team then. There's a couple who've been sent to the abyss, thank God. But Moussa Dembele and Scott Sinclair have been a breath of fresh air. An absolute breath of fresh air for this team so far this season. James Forrest is like a new player. Scott Brown is like a fucking brand new player. Eric Saviachenko is a fucking brick wall, and I think he'd actually put himself through a brick wall for Celtic. He's happy just to go into anything. Craig Gordon was given the boot up the arse that he needed. I said months ago, if you look back at my previous vlogs, there's a little vlog playlist. There's one of them in it, I can't remember exactly which one. There's one of it where I say that Craig Brown needed to be dropped. Not necessarily for the Fries. I was happy to put Logan Bailly in. It was at the time where I don't even think we had signed the Fries. I think we were just about to. And I said basically, like, he needs that position taken away from him. He needs taken out of his comfort zone because he was getting too comfortable. He was sitting back and he wasn't under any threat. And then eventually we brought in a goalkeeper who I'd say he wasn't good enough. He looks the part, but he's been put under pressure a couple of times and he's not done as well as what we'd hoped he would. But then that's given Craig Gordon the impetus to then say, do you know something? That's my fucking jersey, that's my spot in the team. I'm going to raise my game, and he has. He's fucking come on to a wonder game, and there's only one person to congratulate for that, and that's Brendan Rodgers. Everybody questioned it at the time. I was one of them. I said, oh, for fuck's sake, this goalkeeper, he's a fucking riot. And then Craig Gordon come back in and we're all like, fucking clever Brendan Rodgers, very, very clever. But he is very, very clever. I've never seen a more tactically astute manager in a long time at Celtic Park. He's got the ability to change things on an instant. He will happily change the team if it's not going his way. He'll go, fuck that, we're going 3 at the back, and we're going to push forward, we're going to put 2 attacking mids on, or 2 a centre forward with Dembele behind. Only a couple of times we've had Dembele and Griffiths on the park at the same time, and then we get the goal, and then he takes off a defender, he'll take off a midfielder and put on another defender. He's very, very clever in what he does, and his tactical ability is very, very good for a manager. And I think we all knew he was a good manager. Nobody ever gave him an element of doubt. We took a wobble when we went to Gibraltar, and we took a wobble when the games weren't going our way. But once it all came good, and once the players became aware of what it was necessary for them to do, and the fans were given more of a boost, if you like, we were all on board. I think where everybody was on board from the start, we just all knew that it had to take time to build. But once it did, it took off, and the performances from the team this season have been absolutely outstanding. In the league, in the Champions League, it's not been so good, but you can't really fault too much about the team. We need to look at things as a realistic. Take off the Celtic head for a minute and take a look at what we're up against. Borussia Mönchengladbach are no fools. They're happy to spend 12 million plus on players. They've got guys like Patrick Herrmann, they've got Hahn, they've had Stendel, they've got a few other guys in the team who are very, very capable of doing really good things. I mean, I think Patrick Herrmann's actually only like in his early 20s. I know he was on the bench and he came on. Hahn's pretty young as well. They've got a very good pacey team, and I think I was one of the people who for the first game went, they've not got Raphael, they've not got Christiansen, they've not got this, that and the next thing. 3 points. Not today. We learned that the hard way. But the team mentality just wasn't fully on it, and I think that was because although we weren't the favourite, but we kind of were and weren't with the bookies. Bookies are very clever. The first game against Mönchengladbach, we went into that as slight underdogs, slight favourites with some bookies, and we as Celtic fans took that as we're winning, we're 3 points, we're going to get 3 points. The players fed off of that, and unfortunately they, for whatever reason, just didn't pick it up right. We had a couple of chances, but for the most part of that game we were on the back foot, and we were playing against pace and a counter-attack that was just unbelievable. And when a team can play like that, there's not much you can do about it. It's just unfortunate that it happened the way that it did. Go back 2 games, the first game against Barcelona, a 7-0 drubbing was hard to take, very, very hard to take. That was just a football lesson, well, partial football lesson, and partial just unbelievable ability. But we stood off them quite a lot. We were happy just to sit back and say, do you know something, go and play your football. There's a few times where you can actually watch the game back and you can see Eric Savichenko, Mikhail Lustig just looking at Iniesta and saying, on you go then mate, just pass it. On you go Messi, just pass it, on you go. And that's not how we play. And thankfully, that's not how we played against Manchester City. Now, that's the worrying thing, is to compare the Manchester City game to the Mönchengladbach game. Excuse me. We weren't in the same mentality for those games, unfortunately. The Manchester City game was how we should play. In their faces, let's close them down, let's not give them time, and let's win the ball in the midfield. And we did that right from the first minute. From the first minute, we were like, fuck, we're going to win this game. We are going to win this game, because there was just a different fight about the team. They looked as if everybody had their chest up, head, chin up, and we're going to fuck into them. And that was so good, because they knew that they couldn't give their creative players time in the ball, and they didn't do it. Unfortunately, the game finished 3-3, but we were ahead in that game 3 times. And yeah, we did have our backs to the wall for the last 10 minutes. But from the first minute to, there was a little bit of a wobble near the end of the first half, and then the second half up to the last 10 minutes, we were pretty much in control of the game. We were very, very good on the ball. We were creating, we were moving the ball nicely, and everything was looking pretty sharp. It's just how things go sometimes. The ability of the players you're up against comes to the fore, and you realise that you're up against a kind of harder team. And as I say, it was disappointing we finished 3-3, but it's a good point. Then to the game against Mönchengladbach, away from home. Yes, I went from 3 to 1 to 2. Now I'm going to game 4. It's my fucking vlog, I'll do it the way I want. When we go to Germany, and everybody's got us down as getting fucked again, and then we are able to kind of raise our game. Yes, we got lucky. I feel we got lucky. They hit the post. Gordon makes 2 or 3 good saves before we then get our opportunity. And we were able to tuck this one away, and we go 1 each. McGregor's got a brilliant chance in the last minute, or the last couple of minutes, to tuck the ball home to potentially give us a victory. It just didn't go in for us. It's the same, their 2 or 3 chances didn't go in for them. It's one of those ones, it was hard to watch and it's hard looking back on it. It's fucking such a good chance. But it's a good point. Yes, it doesn't do well for us in regards to the group, because it gives us an impossible task now of going up against Barcelona and Man City and needing to get something from the games. However, if we approach the Barcelona game the same way we did the Man City game, then we're in for a good chance. We've beat them at Celtic Park before. We've beat Messi. We've beat Neymar. We've beat Iniesta. We've beat all the best players. We've got a chance to do it again. It's going to take something absolutely meteoric, mesmeric, all those fucking crazy words. It's going to take something like that. It's going to take a miracle, basically, to get us this a victory against Barcelona. It's going to be a very, very hard game. I am attending the game, so I will have a little special vlog thing for that. But for that game against Barcelona, 3 points is a must, and a performance from the team like no other. Never mind the 5-1 game against them, never mind the win at Tynecastle, never mind the win at Pittodrie. That all goes out the window. We're going to need to get a victory in this game like no victory before. You can only play the 11 in front of you, and anything is capable of happening. So we'll get fucked into them, and we'll see what happens. In regards of everything else, I'm quite happy. I'm genuinely happy. The performance of the team has been fucking outstanding. The league performances have been great. It makes perfect reading for itself. As you can see, 10 points clear, 1 game in hand. Everything's looking good. I fancy a trophy for Christmas. Not just a League Cup trophy. I fancy the league for Christmas. Everybody else is getting beat round about us. We're just flying away. Everything's looking good. I'm happy. I think most Celtic fans are happy. You always get the fucking little cunt that's not happy with anything. Apologies for swearing like that. But you always get this little person that's never happy with how we perform. Oh, but we never done this. Aye, of course we didn't do this, but we fucking won. That's the end of the day, is the most important thing. We've been playing really good football. The rodgers revolution is continuing with absolute force, and we are right behind it. We have got the wheels in motion, and there's a song in there somewhere, but I'm not going to go and sing it. Anyway, I hope you like this vlog. Apologies it's a wee bit all over the place, but that's just me in general. I'm a bit all over the place. But the ideas are there. We're playing well, playing good football. Do you think we can beat Barcelona? How early are we going to win the league? How many goals are we going to put past Aberdeen at Hampden? Any other talking points, then leave your little comments down below, and we'll get back to you, and we'll kind of start a conversation, if you like, on the comments. If you would like to be, if you've got like a mic and you've got Skype or anything like that, and you want to be involved in a vlog in the future, and you've got some talking points, then leave your name in the description down below. Not necessarily a Skype name, just let me know you're interested. We might be able to start a conversation, and we might be able to get you involved in a little group call later on down the line. I've 1 or 2 people that I want to get involved in it. If I can get them interested, then it's going to be good. We'll do it like a kind of talk host type thing, a wee bit like Fan TV. We'll do the questions by one person will ask the questions, probably myself because I'm a host, and then we'll let you guys take turns answering the questions. It's probably the easiest way of doing it. So if we maybe do it at the end of the month after the cup final, that way we'll have the cup final to talk about, we'll have the Barcelona game to talk about, and then 1 or 2 more league games to talk about as well, and then we can kind of get a little bit of a debate going, if you like, because obviously not everybody sees the same things that I see or likes things the way I like it, but that's where it's good to have a little bit of a talk and a debate. So if you want to be involved in that, if that's something you think you'd be interested in, if you've got Skype, then leave a little comment. As I say, let me know what you think. And then we can maybe get that started up as well. As I say, we're going to get the graphics done for the vlogs. We'll get it a wee bit kind of Sky Sports looking, if you like, with the information going down the side and a little bit down the bottom as well. Less in my face would be good. Apologies, I look like shit, but I don't really care. Anyway, appreciate your time as always. Hope you enjoyed the vlog. I'll catch you next one. Hail, hail. Take it easy.